shouting.
No, I would not shout this close.
No, you'll maybe
Blow
like
out.
blow out my microphone. My phone's just like there's like smoke coming out. Even though that's not really possible, but
Possible?
possible. I had a really good possible one time, but it was anyway. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been out. What is it, like 2 weeks now?
Yes.
Yeah. So
And they picked the best name for the one. It's the best game of the franchise so far.
yeah, I agree.
People are saying the pacing is on cue with Melee as far as speed, and I know a lot of speed runners and the professional crowd especially like how it somewhat has mimicked the speed of Melee. And
yeah,
also,
a lot of like professionals favorite over like all the past ones except for Melee. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's more competitive.
It is.
The online I've played it actually is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Out of probably like I've probably done like 100 matches online now. Probably only 6 of them were laggy.
Yeah.
So that's like, considering the past, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's just hosting issues, and
that's within like the first week of it being out.
Yeah, and with that being said, only having that few with how many people have probably flooded the servers for it is very commendable.
Yeah, I mean, it's already the highest selling or the fastest selling in the week. That doesn't mean like all time, but like it has the fastest selling opening like everywhere.
Yeah. Soundtrack amazing.
So basically, it has like the music from almost all the Smash Bros. Games in it, plus new music. So it's crazy.
Yes.
We played it with a group of like 6 people. Have you played it since then?
I have not played it since then, but of the time I did play it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Oh, fantastic. I liked the pacing. I liked how easy it was, or somewhat easy it was, to adapt to the older controller types. I think that was a clever move on Nintendo's part to allow the GameCube controllers to continue to be used. I think they would have shot themselves in the foot and kind of screwed them over if they did not, especially with the some of the issues people had with the Nintendo Switch controllers or the
yeah, the Joy-Cons, they're kind of hard to play with. They're not really built for that type of fast-paced, like, serious fighting game.
It's not as snappy as the GameCube controllers. I got to use all 3 and kind of see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch
I prefer the Pro controller, personally, to the GameCube.
Yeah.
Just because... So, I love the GameCube controller. I don't like the triggers at all.
Yeah. The GameCube controller does have the disadvantage with the triggers for shielding. It is a lot more spongier, but the Pro controller does have that difference where it's much like the PS4 controllers and the Xbox One controllers, where there's a lot less movement needed to get the action.
But yeah, Smash is meant for like a more proper controller, like GameCube or Pro or whatever.
Especially people who are used to, used to being, on a Melee style gameplay where fast movements and fast dodging and the such is important. But soundtrack, I loved the soundtrack when I played it. I remember that we were kind of fooling around with the sound, and they have like a bass. The bass in this was boosted, and I think that improved the game. Just minor tweaks and stuff that they had done to the game that made it a lot more noticeable.
Like there's certain, like even stuff like the dodging and stuff is like totally different. If you dodge like 3 times in a row, each time is progressively slower.
Yeah.
If you do it like in rapid succession,
Yep.
Dodging in the sky like doesn't let you attack or do up B for a short period, like 1 or 2 seconds or so.
Right.
There's a lot more strategy to this game.
Yep.
It's
a lot of good components from all the previous games all put together. A lot of movesets that have been adjusted and tweaked. I noticed that a lot of the floaters in the games, like Jigglypuff and Kirby and Pikachu, when we played with them, a lot of their movements have been kind of dumped down a bit, so they can't do a lot of the edge guarding and a lot of the things that kind of.
That's another thing with edge guarding. Like I think you can only go down and up like 3 or 5 times, and then they'll not grab on again. Yeah. So you can't edge guard.
Yeah. So it's added a lot of little unique things to the game that I enjoyed when we played it.
I think visually it looks fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Even though they've gone with like a more cartoon style, I think it looks great.
It fits for a game like, for that kind of game and the roster that they have, it fits that, and it makes sense that it's a little bit more cartoony, especially when you consider that the type of things that are happening where you can have Ganondorf fighting Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
That's not going to be, you're not going to need high def, Halo Reach style.
And I think with Brawl, they went like a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
But I think, and like even with Wii U, it's a little bit like more realistic than Ultimate, but I like Ultimate style a lot.
It is.
And the effects look crisp, it just looks great.
It's a great game, especially in the consideration that the Wii U version that they had wasn't up to par with what people wanted, and there was a lot of things that were just gimmies where they kept releasing DLC characters just to keep the people who were nostalgic for the game in. And this one just releasing the size of roster that they have, and just all the new characters, let alone the characters they already had, but all the new characters that they've added and have given very unique play styles to, and have just added a whole new perspective to the game. It's really cool to see, and I cannot wait to play even more of it, and I will play even more of it. And that's just to say just the multiplayer, let alone the campaign. That's a whole different story.
So I played the campaign adventure mode. It's a lot of fun. It's even more strategic because basically there's different scenarios. Like for example, the floor is lava or it's like on fire and you can't touch it. But the biggest thing about adventure mode is that there's what they call spirits. They're like pictures or drawings, basically, is what they amount to, of characters from different series, even like series that aren't represented, like Shovel Knight, for example. So let's say there's like a Shovel Knight spirit. It has like different power levels, and you can level it up, and you equipped it to your character. It doesn't like show up in the fight, like you don't see it, but you equipped it. It has like for example, it could have an ability like cancel out lava floor. So you like equip spirits to your characters with specific things, like you could start out with a certain weapon for like a Deku Nut Link or something, or if there's a Animal Crossing character, it might have like start with or like less poison damage, I don't know, whatever. Mm-hmm. Usually they're kind of like, they make sense for the character, but then like each spirit you can equip sub spirits. So it's kind of like the sticker thing they did in Wii U, or I think it was 3DS, and it's like a mix of that and trophies because they took out trophies, which makes sense because it was a huge resource suck.
Yeah.
In this they just use drawings that they have from like the series history of different games.
Yeah, I think they definitely learned from the mistake of using trophies, taking up file space that people would kind of just acquire and never really take advantage of.
And even and it's like, I think that's why one reason they were able to bring back every fighter. They got the resources put into the fighters. Anyway, some of them are really hard, and I'm playing on normal. There's easy, normal, hard. Some of them are really hard. You have to be really strategic or come back to them with the proper spirits. Mm-hmm. There were a few times I was kind of frustrated, but nothing too bad so far. I've only played like a few hours. Anyway, do you have a favorite character like out of the new ones that you've played?
That I have played, when I played with you and with the group, we didn't unlock a lot of the characters. What I did notice was certain characters that I had not played before. I found a lot of enjoyment to getting used to those characters. One of which being Bowser. I was never a big fan of playing Bowser on Melee just because of the speed.
Right.
And that just kind of reiterates the fact that they've kind of fine-tuned a lot of these characters to kind of be good. And I think it'll be interesting on a competitive level to see who comes out on certain tiers, just because a lot of characters like Bowser and the bigger characters are well balanced and have a fighting chance, if you excuse the pun, have a fighting chance of reaching the tiers that they were locked to previously. I liked a lot of characters that I didn't expect to like. Ness was pretty fun. I enjoyed playing Young Link more than I enjoyed playing him in the previous games.
And Melee, basically.
Yeah.
That's all he was in.
Yeah, and that's kind of the best part of this, is that you kind of rediscover these characters and you can kind of see, where they made these fine-tuned adjustments.
Yeah, because there's like, it also shows up in the animation. Like every character has like refreshed animations, and it's great. It just looks, it breathes new life into it.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite character out of the new ones I played was Inkling. So unique, so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I've played Splatoon, so it like I see a lot of the references in their like moveset. I didn't expect to like him as much as I did. I've played Ridley. I was really excited for Ridley. I played Ridley. He's fun, but I honestly have so much more fun with the Inkling. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a surprise for me.
Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to get my hands on Ganon, because that's who I mained most of the games.
Every one of his smashes uses a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited for, is because it's like he's gone so long without it, and seeing it only as an emote when he wins, it's like, dude, that's
It's like,
amazing.
why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you're coming over this week to play.
I will.
You should.
I will.
You will. That's better than shit.
I will.
Anyway, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch is so much fun.
Yep.
We'll talk more about it in the future. It's phenomenal.
It is.
Any last thoughts on it?
I think that there's plenty to see, and I think we've only started to see the beginning, because it's Nintendo. They'll have DLC.
They have a fighter pass with, it's $25. It comes with 5 characters and 5 stages plus music. And it like will release slowly until like January or
Nice.
February 2020.
Nice. I like
so
that.
they're like stretched out.
Yeah.
And I think that's a reasonable price.
They're getting smart. They're getting smart with their games, and they're getting smart with how they market their games. I think they're trying to step away, and a lot of people don't like the EA style, where in order to actually play the game you have to buy the DLC, whereas games like Forza and the like, they have those passes where you will get releases, or you get the expansions will be included as you go, and that's fair.
And I think it's so much better than having like a yearly Smash Bros. That would take the life out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that will extend the shelf life, like how we use Smash kind of, it fizzled out very quickly, and that's kind of, I feel like that's where they made the mistake, and they kept trying to release DLC to get people back into playing
I think
it.
this game's gonna have a long life.
Oh yeah.
And the first of the 5 DLC characters, I don't know if you know, was actually announced. He's from Persona, Joker.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really excited about that because I played Persona 5. But Nintendo said like that's kind of what you can expect, kind of the flavor of what you can expect. And I don't know if that means all third party or if it means like unique, like quirky, but
which will be, and I think I enjoy the fact that they've said there will be 5 more fighters. I hope they listen and make Waluigi one of those 5 fighters, or at least Isaac from Golden Sun. I think most of the excitement is just how big of a roster they already have. It's like you're adding more.
I think it's like compared to Wii U, like Wii U had a total 60 with the DLC around that. This one already has 74.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna add 5 plus the Piranha Plant.
It's crazy.
So it's just like,
it's crazy.
They already gave you like a game that's probably worth like $150 or something. Like no other game is worth as much as this one.
Yeah.
The amount of content it has.
This is gonna be the staple for multiplayer games. Like I feel like LAN parties are gonna make a comeback with this game alone.
I've already had like I have the game, and I've already had like 4 get-togethers where we just play Smash Bros. And it's great.
Yeah.
And you can play online, but it's like Smash Bros. Is great in person. So
completely, and it's a lot more fun. And I look forward to playing this game a lot. I look forward that Nintendo finally gave us what we asked for, and in more, and hopefully we'll have a lot more to say about it in the future.
Also, I hate Ike so much still. He's so broken. Go away, Ike. Stop being so strong. I hate you. Also, I hate you, Ike.